Without love, all worship is a burden. All dancing is a chore. All music is mere noise. All the rain of heaven may fall into the sea. Without love, not one drop could become a pearl. Without love, even the shining brightest stars get burnt out, eclipsed, and extinguished. Breathing is not the same as living. Talking is not the same as speaking. Simply doing something for the sake of doing is meaningless. We must have passion along with it, and more precisely, love. It is love that makes everything we do so much more beautiful and meaningful. Because every time we do something out of love, we remind ourselves of our Creator, our beloved. You know, I say this often, but only because it's true. Without divine love, none of us would even be here right now. It is that supreme love that had caused the entire universe to be born, that caused the Big Bang, if you will, and created every person, place, and time that followed. When we embody this love, our soul connects with our beloved, which is why we feel a deep sense of joy, purpose, and peace. We realize why we are on this earth in the first place, to become love and give love. And in this poem, we get some wonderful examples of what would happen if we don't have that love when performing an action. Even something as noble and pious as worship becomes a burden if done without love. That is, if it's not done from the heart, but rather from a sense of fear and guilt. Without love, dancing, which can be seen here as the Sufi mystic dance of Sama that Rumi would often practice, would simply just be a chore and not as a way to connect and ultimately unite with our beloved. So you can see here that any spiritual or religious way to connect with our beloved is insincere and meaningless if not done with love. Love is an intuitive force, feeling, and state of being that lives inside all of us. It lives right here in our heart, and we are all capable of loving and doing things out of love. But just because we have that capability, that doesn't mean we're always using it or even aware of it. Our heart is like a garden. Whatever we plant in it is what grows and brings us fruit. If we plant feelings of love, peace, respect, compassion, and so on, then our heart will open itself up to embody love. But if we plant feelings of hate, jealousy, pride, and so on, our heart will close itself to embody the ego. It's up to you to decide what you want to grow in this garden. But as you become more aware, you realize that there really is only one fruit you would have your whole life: love. Because we all experience immense pain and suffering in our life that hardens our heart and make us embody negative, lower energy feelings. It's not that we come into this world unconscious and filled with ego. No, the experiences of our life and how we subjectively perceive them dictate how we grow this garden. Which is why it's always hard to unlearn bad habits, create new positive thoughts, and become a better version of ourselves when we've become so accustomed to our ego-driven life. If you take an honest look right now at your own garden, what would you find? Would it be a garden of paradise with fountains everywhere and beautiful flowers in full bloom? Or would it be a dry and barren wasteland with thorny rose bushes and diseased plants? You know, it's hard to be honest with yourself, but the more you can embrace the truth, the more you can move closer toward love and forget this ego-driven existence that you've been living. You know, so many bright and shining stars, or gifted individuals, burn out and get extinguished because they don't have this love. They might have immense intellect, beauty, charm, money, or influence, but because they have forgotten their heart in favor of their mind, love has left them completely and their star is no longer shining. Perhaps Rumi is secretly making an admission of his own shortcomings before he began to travel on the path of love. As many of you are familiar, Rumi wasn't always the deep, poetic, and beautiful soul that we see him as today. Like us, he experienced a great deal of suffering and was under the control of his ego for some time before he learned the truth of his existence under the guidance and friendship of Shams Tabriz. His garden, you can say, was not the majestic and divine paradise it is today. But the beautiful part is that he woke up and he changed. He abandoned his ego and went so deep into his soul that the boundaries of this dualistic world no longer seemed real to him. And he went so far along this path, where arguably few souls have actually traveled, to ultimately become love and reunite with his beloved on account of this love. This bright and talented theologian and Islamic judge completely shed his ego to reveal the bare and beautiful soul that is God's reflection. And so his own star had to die in order to illuminate the entire universe that is God. And therein lies a simple truth. Your own star, your own ego has to die in order for you to realize you're something, part of something infinitely bigger, which is God. So I hope you enjoyed this poem and interpretation. It's not one of Rumi's longest, but man, is it packed with sublime beauty and wisdom. All of it can be summarized in a single sentence. Do everything with love, and you will embody and return that love that the beloved has given you. Thank you as always for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And make sure to drop a comment to let me know your thoughts. Your support means the world, and if you want to make an even greater impact, please consider becoming a patron of this channel by visiting my Patreon page, which you can find on the description below, and where you can become a regular supporter with any monthly donations that you are comfortable with. So good luck putting this poem into practice, and I look forward to seeing you here on this next video.